Howdy folks, welcome back to the 5th episode of the Titanium series. Today I have for you a collaboration between Les George and Elishewitz. And this is the EK Integral folder. Les George and Elishewitz are both knife makers. They collaborated and came up with Elishewitz Studio, or this is the production models. This one I believe is not manufactured in the US. From what I read, Reich, which is an overseas manufacturer, is part of the production for these folders. Let's take a look at some measurements. Overall, we're looking at about 8.5, just shy of 8.5 inches. The blade itself, the cutting edge comes to about 3.5, but extends probably another 1/4 inch into the handle. The handle itself, we're looking at 4 3/4 inches. Let's look at the width. Here you go. That's coming in at about slightly over an inch. In the back, this is about 1/2 inch, slightly over. Let's take a look at the weight. Just shy of 5 ounces. All right, let's talk about the steel. This steel, I believe, is M390. If I am incorrect, I will make corrections on the description. This uses a DLC coating, so diamond light carbon coating. You can see Les George's insignia right there, and Elishewitz insignia there. Again, I believe that's his insignia for his production models. This uses a thumb disc as the opener, so you can flick it open, or you can slow roll it. This is their drop point version. I'm gonna be honest, it looks more like a spear point, so I could be wrong. I will confirm that and make sure it is accurate in the description. For me, it's definitely resembling more of a spear point blade. Has a swedge here. Let's talk about the handle. So, integral refers to, in the knife industry, is for a pocket knife, is where the entire handle is made from one piece of that material. A lot of knives that aren't integrals are pieced together with back spacers, screws, and so there's an opening right here. But what's unique about integrals is that they mill the entire handle with a single piece of, in this case, titanium. And you can see there's hardware there. I do not believe the hardware, these are more for accents, more so than function. They don't really screw into anything. This is the pivot screw right here. And if you have a thin flathead or Phillips, that's all you need to take this apart. This screw right here is for the blade stop, as you can see. And it is a frame lock. There's lots of milling, lots of designs. This one has a flamed anodization. And the main color is bronze, and with the lines, flamed lines across it. There isn't a cutout for the lock bar release. However, because of the milling right here on both sides of the titanium handle, it does allow you to have more grip with your thumb. So you can feel it as you run your thumb along this side, right? These two parts of the titanium handles. And then it's easy to actually get your finger in there and just unlock it. This right here acts like the over travel stop. So as you're disengaging the lock, eventually it's gonna stop before it overextends. These two screws will be holding the lock bar insert in place, which is this piece right here. As you can see, it is raw titanium, possibly steel. That's the part of the titanium handle right there. So it's easily distinguishable that this is the lock bar insert. Let's talk about the pocket clip. Titanium pocket clip. This is reminiscent of Les George's design. Many of his models resemble the looks of this pocket clip. And this is flamed, anodized as well. Let's take a look at what that looks like in the pocket. Go. Not much knife sticks out. It's not a deep carry though, but it's quite minimal. It's not very, doesn't take up much space in the pocket, so you are able to get your hand in there. I would say that the retention on a scale of 1 to 5 is possibly between 4 and 5. Not yet 4.5, probably like 4 1/4 retention strength. Let's talk about availability and price point. I picked this up close to a month ago. I subscribed to Les George's newsletters, and I got an email of him advertising it in his email blast, and I went and picked it up. But the website it takes you to is Elishewitz's website. So I bought it direct from them. There's actually 3 other variations. They have 2 blade shapes and 2 handle colors. They have the flame anodized and they have all DLC handle, all black. Blade shape, they have what I believe I've determined as a spear point and not a drop point. Or they have a dagger single edge dagger shape. Ouch. Yeah, I do that quite often. Poke myself, slice myself with my knives. The price point on this one was $400, and they charged $30 for shipping and handling. I saw that these did drop on DLT trading. However, those have been sold out since. This runs on bearings, and I've carried and used this for opening up mail, cutting up some cardboard, breaking down boxes. It's held up really well. A little bit of food prep, slicing things. I don't believe these are available at the moment, but they will possibly drop another batch in the future. This actually sat on the Direct website for at least 2 weeks or longer before it sold out. My final thoughts on this one, it's a nice to have. I wouldn't call this a must-have just because it looks more exotic the way they've designed it. It's certainly a very nice piece. The thumb disc is very effective as an opening mechanism. Price point is reasonable for the quality in this knife. However, there's also, again, once you venture into the $400 or $500 range, there's a lot of great options out there. So a lot of competition against this, I would say. But something I've been calling out in my other 2 videos on Les George knives is that his designs have been selling out like hotcakes. So that possibly plays into why this is sold out. It's definitely a nice piece. Usability, how versatile it is. It's a flat grind on the blade, but you know, with the swedge, it's not too thin behind the edge. So if you're trying to do food prep with this, I would say there are other competitive options for that. All right. Appreciate you tuning in. If you enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up. In the comments, let me know if you have one of these and what your thoughts are about it. Post any questions you may have. If you subscribe so that we get notified for the next video. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and continue to make good choices.